Welcome back to On the Same Page. We are on Daf Zayin Amud Beis, 7b of Maseches Taanis. We are 4 lines down on the page. The first word on the line is Behesech Hadas, and then it says Amar Rabbi Chama. Amar Rabbi Chama Rabbi Chanina. Rabbi Chama, the son of Rabbi Chanina said, Gadol Yom HaGeshamim Ki Yom Shenivru Shamayim Ba'aretz. A day that it rains is as great as the day that the world was created. Shenemar, where do we see this? As the pasuk says, Harifu shamayim mima'al, pour out heavens pour out from on high, Ushechakim yizlu tzedek, and the upper heights should let drip tzedek, righteousness. Tiftach eretz v'yifru yesha, the land should open up and salvation should sprout forth. Utzedaka tatzmiach yachad, and tzedakah and kindness should also sprout together. Ani Hashem barasiv, I am Hashem who created it. So the pasuk here says, it's a pasuk in Yeshaya, it says the heavens should drop water, rain from on high, and the upper heights should also drip, and it will sprout salvation, etc. He says, I am Hashem who created it. Says the Gemara, Birasim lo nemar, ela birasiv. It doesn't say I created them, rather it says I created it. What is it? What is it referring to? Had it said I created them, then we would say it's referring to the Shemayim Va'aretz, the heavens and the earth, which are both referenced in this pasuk. But what is I created it to refer to? So says the Gemara is saying that it's referring back to the rain. And Hashem is saying, I am Hashem who created the rain. So within a statement that describes the heavens and the earth and the rain, which is it that Hashem says, I created it? I created the rain. So you see that on some level, Hashem sees the importance of the rain as important, as great as Shemayim Va'aretz. Perhaps insofar as the rain is necessary for the sustenance, the maintenance of the earth. So in a way, the rain is as great as the Shemayim Va'aretz. Perhaps that's the idea. But in any event, you see that that's what Hashem in the pasuk through the Navi says, takes credit for, is honored by. That is the fact that he created the rain. Now we're on the first wide line in the middle. It says, Amar of Oshia, Gadol Yom HaGeshamim. A day that it rains is so great, She'afilu Yeshua Paraviravaba, because even salvation can sprout forth from it. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Tiftach eretz, the land opens up, v'yifru yesha, and salvation sprouts forth. Now it's not only in the sense that the rain brings food and brings salvation, but the way at least Rashi learns here is that a day that it rains is a day that Hashem is desirous of us. Hashem is feeling close to us, and therefore it's a day to daven for salvation because of that close relationship that exists on such a day. It's a shas ratzon, as Rashi says. It's a time of desire where Hashem would be more accepting of tefillah. Amar Rabbi Tanchum bar Chanilai. Rabbi Tanchum, the son of Chanilai, said, Eina geshamim yardim Elohim kein nimchu avonosein shel Yisrael. Rain only falls if the sins of Israel have been forgiven. Where do we see that? Shenemar, as the pasuk says in Tehillim, Ratzisa Hashem artzecha, Hashem desired his land. Shavta shvus Yaakov, he returned the return of Jacob. Nasasa avon amcha, you bore the sin. You returned the shvus Yaakov. You returned the return of Jacob. Nasasa avon amcha, you bore the sin of your nation. Ki sisa kol chato samsala, and you covered their sins. And because the beginning of this pasuk says, Ratzisa Hashem Artzecha, you show desire for the land, that the Gemara understands is by bringing rain. And in what context does it say that? It says, when Shavta Shvus Yaakov, when you return the returners of Jacob, and you bore their sins, and they did teshuvah, or their teshuvah was accepted, their sins were forgiven, that's when we say, Ratzisa Hashem Artzecha, you desire their land, and you brought rain. Amar le Zehiri mi Dihavas l'Ravina. Zeiri from Dihava said to Ravina, Atum mehacha mas nisula. You learned this idea that Hashem only brings rain when He's forgiven sins. You learned it from that verse that we just mentioned in Tehillim. But anag mehacha mas nisula, we bring it from a different pasuk, a pasuk in Melachim. There it says, Ve'ata tishma shamayim v'salachta lachatas. It says, this is part of Shlomo HaMelech's tefillah, his prayer after building the Beis HaMikdash. He says, now, listen, O heavens, and forgive the sin of your servants, etc., etc. And the end of that verse, the Gemara doesn't quote it, but the end of that verse says, V'nasata matar al artzecha, and you'll bring rain on your land. So after Shlomo HaMelech declares that you will forgive, Hashem, you should forgive the sins, or he davens, Hashem, you should forgive the sins of Israel. So then he says, then you should give rain. So you see that rain comes after the sins of Israel have been forgiven. Amar Rabbi Tanchum Bred Rabbi Chia. A different Rabbi Tanchum said, he was the son of Rabbi Chia, Ish Kfar Akko, Ein hageshamim ne'etzarin, elo im kein nischayvu sonen shel Yisrael klaya. Rain only stops coming, rain is held back, if the Jewish people are deserving of destruction. The Gemara refers to them as Sonen Shal Yisrael, because it doesn't want to say it straight out. Sonen means the haters of Israel, but doesn't want to say straight out. That's referring to the Jewish people themselves when it talks about their destruction, but that's who it's referring to. So the rain only comes to the Jewish people who are deserving of destruction. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, pasuk in Eov, it says, Tzia gam chom yigazu me shalag, drought and heat will steal the snow waters, the snow and the rain. Sha'ol chatu, they have sinned to the grave. So the idea that Rabbi Tanchum, Bred Rabbi Chia, is saying is that when Sha'ol chatu, when they have sinned to the grave, when the people have sinned, and to the point of the grave, that meaning they're deserving of destruction, so then that's when the drought and heat will steal away the snow water, the precipitation. Amar le Zeiri mi Dihavas l'Ravina. Again, this Rabbi Zeiri from Yahava said to Ravina, Atum mehacha mas nisula. You learned it from there. Anan mehacha mas nisula. We learn it from over here. We have another source for this idea that that the rain is only stopped when the Jewish people are deserving of destruction. Because it says in Shema, in the second paragraph, V'atzares hashamayim, it says, and I will stop the heavens, right? V'lo yeh and there won't be rain. And then it says, V'avadatem mehera mi'al haaretz, and you'll be lost, you'll be destroyed from the land quickly. So you see, right, it says V'atzares hashamayim, it says V'avadatem mehera, you see that there's this connection. When is it that Hashem stops doing it? It's when V'avadatem mehera, it's when He's ready to destroy the Jewish people. Amar Rav Chisda said, Ein hageshamim ne'etzarin elo bishvil bittul trumos u'maasros. Rain is stopped only because of people not fulfilling the mitzvos of separating truma and maaser and the tithe. Truma, right, the gifts to the Kohanim, and maaser, the different kinds of maaser. Now, this makes sense. It's like a midah k'neged midah, a measure for measure. If you don't do the mitzvos that are applicable to your crops, so then you're not going to have crops, you're not going to have rain. Now, what's his source for this? Shenemar, because the pasuk says, this pasuk that we read before, Tzia gam chom yigazulu me shalag, because it says that drought and heat will steal the snow precipitation. My mashmas, the Gemara, so what? What does that have to do with Trumos and Maasros? What's the implication here? Tana, they Rabbi Yishmael, they taught in the Beis Medrash of Rabbi Yishmael that what it means is Bishvil Dvarim Shetzivisi Eschem B'Yamos HaChama because of the things that I commanded you in the summer, v'lo asisem, and you didn't do, yigzelu mikem meimei shelog b'yamos hageshamim. The snow waters, precipitation, will be taken from you, will be stolen from you in the winter, in the rainy months. How does that come from the pasuk? So it's reading the word tzia, which literally means drought, but it's learning it like the word tziva. Tziva, you were commanded, but you didn't fulfill. Gam chom, chom is heat. You were commanded in the summer, but you didn't do it. So then, yigzulu meimei shelog, then the waters of the winter, the snow waters, the precipitation will be stolen from you. As a result of not fulfilling the mitzvah of Trumos and Maasros, the rain will be taken away. Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Pazi. Rabbi Shimon ben Pazi said, Ein hageshamim ne'etzarin, ela bishvil mesaprei lashon hara. Rain is only taken because of people who speak lashon hara, slander. Shenemar, because as the pasuk says, quotes a pasuk from Mishlei, it says, Ruach tzafon ticholel gashem. The northern wind will stop the rain. Upanim nizamim lashon seiser. And a angry face from a lashon seiser, from a hidden tongue. Meaning that besides for this wind, or maybe that's the way that it stopped, but besides for this wind that is Techol Geshem, that takes away the rain, but so too, Lashon Seiser, so too, a hidden tongue, slander, Lashon Hara, also brings about Panim Nizamim, an angry face from God, and there won't be rain. Amar Rav Sela, Amar Rav Hamnuna. Rav Sela said in the name of Rav Hamnuna, Ein hageshamim ne'etzarin, ela bishvil azei panim. The rain is stopped as a result of brazenness. Shenemar, as the pasuk says in Yirmiyah, it says, Vayimanu revivim umalko shlohaya, and the heavy rains were stopped, and as well as the late rains. Umetzach isha zona hayalach. And you had the forehead of an isha zona, of a prostitute. And the Gemara is understanding that the word meitzach isn't just a forehead; it's like boldness. You had the brazenness of an isha zona, of a prostitute, not to change, etc. So the pasuk saying that the rains were stopped, and literally probably because you were brazen, but the Gemara is interpreting. Literally the rains were stopped and you continued to be brazen, but the Gemara is interpreting that it's also telling you that because you were brazen, so that's why the rains were stopped. The Amar of Sala, Amar of Hamnuna, and he also said, based on the same pasuk, Kol Adam sheyesh lo azos panim, sof nechshal ba'avera. Whoever has azos panim, who has boldness, will end up tripping up in this avera, in this sin, seemingly of znus, of sexual impropriety. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, umeitzach isha zona hayalacha. Seemingly that's the way he's reading it. Umeitzach, someone who has this strong-headed brazenness, then isha zona hayalach. Then he'll have an isha zona, he'll have a prostitute. A person with brazenness will succumb to that avera. Rav Nachman Amar, Rav Nachman takes it a step further. He says, "Biyadua shenechshal ba'avera." You know that the person already did the avera. Shenamar, because it says hayalacha. It says you had an isha zona, a prostitute. V'lo namar yelacha. It doesn't say you will. It says umeitzach, someone who's brazen, isha zona hayalach. You had an isha zona. You had a prostitute. He says Rav Nachman, you see that you can, if somebody is brazen, you can assume that they were nichshal, that they transgressed this avera. Continuing on the topic of someone who is brazen, Amar Rabba bar Rav Huna, Kol Adam sheyesh lo azos panim, anybody who has brazenness, towards God, mutter likroso rasha. You're allowed to call him a rasha, a wicked person. Where do we see you're allowed to call him? That shenemar, because the pasuk says in Mishlei, it says, Heyez ish rasha b'fanav. A person was brazen, rasha b'fanav. You could call him a rasha to his face. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Amar, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak saying, mutter l'sanoso. One is allowed to hate him. One is allowed to hate someone who's brazen, shenemar, as the pasuk says. The pasuk says in Koheles, ve'ez panim yeshuneh. In the context of that verse, it means someone who is brazen will change. Someone who is brazen will change. Oz panim yeshuneh. There's something that could bring about change in someone who's brazen. But the Gemara Darshans, it learns out, Al Tikri Yeshuna, don't read it as he will change, Ela Yisna, read it as a sin. Yisna, Narshin, a sin, Yisna, he's to be hated. So someone who is brazen, one is allowed to hate him. Amar Rav Katina, Rav Katina said, back to rain now, Eina Geshamin Etzarin, Ela Bishvil Bittul Torah. The rain is stopped as a result of bittul Torah, of misusing time that could be used towards learning Torah. Shenamar, where do we see that? Because the pasuk says, in Koheles, it says, Ba'atzal tayim yimach hamakare. Out of laziness, the roof becomes weak. The roof becomes weakened as a result of laziness. That's literally. Now what does the Gemara want to say from there? Bishvel atzlus shahaya b'Yisrael shalo asku b'Torah. As a result of the laziness of the Jewish people who didn't learn Torah, ba'atzal time, out of laziness, what happens? Yimach hamakare. What does yimach hamakare mean? Again, we said literally means the roof becomes weak. What does it mean? Na'aseh sono shel Kadosh Baruch Hu mach. It says the haters of God become weak, and again, it's a euphemism. It really means God himself becomes weak, obviously not literally, but it's as if, so to speak, that God becomes weak, right? Or it becomes mach, I should say. God becomes mach. We have to explain what mach in this context means. Ve'en mach ela ani. Mach, we're going to say, means poor. God becomes pure. God becomes poor. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, where do we find the word mach means poor? Because it says, V'imachu me'arkecha, if he is too poor from being able to pay for his value, when a person takes an oath to pay a certain carbon, so if he's too poor to pay for it, but we see the word mach means poor. So yimach, God will become poor, and how do we know it refers to God? Because it says yimach hamakare, who's the makare? The ing makare el HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The makare is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is Hashem, is God. How do we see that? Shenemar, because it says, hamakare v'mayim aliyosav. It says in Tehillim, hamakare v'mayim aliyosav. That Hashem puts like a roof over the water, in the aliyos, in the high places of the heavens. Referring to how in Tehillim, it's referring to how Hashem separates the waters, like with the creation of the world. But the point for us is that it refers to Hashem as Hamakare. It refers to Hashem as the one who puts the roof. They use the word Makare. So when it says Batzal Tayim Yimach Hamakare, with laziness, meaning Bittul Torah. Yimach hamakare, God, the one who puts the roof, but referring to God will be Yimach, will be poor. So that's what does it mean to be poor? It means Hashem isn't going to bring rain as a result of Bittul Torah. Rav Yosef Amar Mehacha. Rav Yosef says we learn it from here. We can learn that Bittul Torah causes the rain to stop from here, because it says in Iyov, I believe Ve'ata lo ra'u or, and now you have not seen a light, Bayer bashchakim, that is bright in the skies. Veruach avra, and the wind passes. Vatatarim, and it purifies them, it cleans them. What does this mean? So the Gemara darshans, it means as follows: Ve'ein ar ela Torah. Ar refers to the Torah. The light refers to the Torah. Where do we see that? Shenemar, because it says in Mishlei, it says Kiner mitzvah v'Torah ar. Because a mitzvah is like a candle, and the Torah is light. So you see that the Torah is referred to as light. So it says ve'ata lo ro, or you didn't see light, meaning you didn't see Torah, you didn't learn Torah. So what happens? Bayer bashchakim, now it might be bright in the skies, but what happens? It comes and gets cleaned up. As the Gemara continues, it says Taanis de Rabbi Shmuel, they talk in the base medrash of Rabbi Shmuel, that what the pasuk is saying is afilu b'shah sherakia naseh behorin behorin. Even at a time when the sky is bright with nice clouds and it looks like it's going to rain, lahori talamater, to bring down dew and rain, ruach avra batatarem, a wind passes and purifies them and cleans it up. So as a result of the atalo ro or, you didn't see light, you didn't see Torah, there was bittul Torah. So then, even if it's bar bashchakim, if it's bright in the sky with all sorts of clouds, and it looks like it's going to rain, ruach avra batatarem, a wind passes and purifies and cleans it up. Rabbi Ami said, the rain is stopped as a result of stealing. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, and also in Iyov it says al kapayim kisa or, al kapayim kisa or, on literally hands, kisa or, the light was covered. What's al kapayim on hands? Says the Gemara, bavon kapayim, as a result of the sin of the hands of stealing, kisa or, the leg is covered. Ve'ein kapayim ela chamas. What is kapayim? What is that? That's chamas. That's violence, extortion, stealing. Shenemar u'min hachamas asher bekapayim. From the chamas, from the extortion that was in their hands. And you use the word kapayim, their hands, their palms. So kapayim. When it says ba'avon kapayim, as a result of the sin of kapayim, it refers to the sin of chamas, of extortion, of stealing. Ve'in ar ela matar. And when it says the light is covered, the or is covered, it means the light here refers to the rain. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, also in Iyov, yafitz anan oro. The cloud will spread its light. So there's light that comes from clouds. What's that? That's rain. So light could refer to rain, and it says al kapayim, as a result of kapayim, of stealing, kisa'ar, he covers the light, referring to the rain that comes from the clouds. Mai takante, what's the resolution if you have this? Yarbe b'tfila, you have to, if the rain is lacking, so yarbe b'tfila, you should daven a lot. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, vayitzav aleha b'mafkia. That's the end of that same pasuk. It says, vayitzav aleha v'mafkia, and he commanded it v'mafkia. What's v'mafkia? Says the Gemara, ve'im pegia ela tefila. It means, and he'll command on it with tefila, with prayer. Where do we see that mafkia refers to prayer? Shenemar, because it says in Yirmiyah, ve'ata al tispalo ba'ad ha'amazeh. Hashem says to Yirmiyah, don't daven for this nation, thou tifka but be, and don't touch me, don't daven to me. So you see that this word tifka means to daven. So here also means to daven. So the end of that pasuk, which talks about where kisa or, where the leg is covered, meaning the rain is covered, there's no rain. The solution is vayitzav aleh b'mafkia. He'll command it, he'll bring it if there is davening. V'yamar Rabbi Ami. And Rabbi Ami also said, what does the pasuk mean? When it says in Koheles, it says, Im keya habarzel, if the iron is dull, v'hu lo fanim kilkaling, he didn't hone the edge of the iron, he never sharpened it. And then it says, Im ra'isa, So what does that refer to? What is this iron that's dull and not sharpened? So imra isa rakia shakia kabarz. If you see the sky is dull like iron, milahori talamater, and that it doesn't bring any dew or rain, it doesn't. The sky is dull. Bishvel maise hadar shehem mekulkalin. You should know that it's bishvel maise hadar shehem mekulkalin. It's as a result of the deeds of that generation which are mekulkal. They're crooked. They're bad. So it's interpreting the pasuk that in keah habarzel, if the iron is dull, meaning the skies never get dark and it never rains, so then you should know v'hu lo panim kilkal. As Shneimar now quotes v'hu lo panim kilkal, the Gemara is somehow interpreting this to mean, it's taking the word kilkal, that the deeds of the generation are bad. It could mean, panim means the face, it could mean the leaders. The leaders weren't bad, implying but the people were. If the deeds of the people were bad, so then it won't rain. Mata kanasan, what is the solution again? It's yiskabru berachamim, it's to strengthen yourselves with mercy, meaning davening a lot. Shenemar, because the end of that pasuk says, "Vachayolim yigaber," and you should gather with strength. You should strengthen yourselves. So strengthen yourselves in tefillah. That's the solution. But then it also says the last words of the pasuk are v'yisrom hachsher chachma, and the even better is to be wise, is to prepare with wisdom. What does that mean? Kol shekain, says the Gemara, all the more so im huchshru maseng meikar, if they would have prepared and big machshir, in this case made kosher their deeds from the start, so then there wouldn't have been any problem. So the pasuk, the way the Gemara is interpreting it, is saying im keah habarzel, if the skies are dull like iron, the iron is dull. If the skies are dull and not producing rain, v'hu lo panim kilkal, and he, as the leaders, they didn't do anything bad, but the people did. So then, or you should know that that's why the skies are dull, because the people have done bad. And the end of the pasuk says the solution is v'chayalim yigaver, they should gather strength and daven. But the Yisram Yachshir Chacham, even better would have been to be machshir yourselves, to make yourselves kosher from the start with wisdom. That would have been the best solution, was to never sin in the first place. Okay, we'll hold here. Have a great week.